Hey folks, are you ready for some late night lunkers? Stick around. It's like a sheet of glass tonight. It's muggy and still and quiet. Let's get after it. Alright, so I got that one off the boat ramp, and then I moved out from the boat ramp, and I took about another 10 casts with my white spinner and didn't get anything. I changed over to a black spinner to see if that made any difference, and I didn't get anything on that in about a dozen casts. That being said, I'm in about 15 feet of water, so that tells me a little something. So I'm gonna move in shallow and start to check the shallows and the rocks and the bushes and the trees. Alright, took us a little while to get number 2, but we got him. Wow, he just busted up this bait. That's a halfway decent fish. Nice largemouth right there. Yes, sir. That was off the end of a dock in front of a house, which incidentally is why I speak so quietly. I don't like to disturb people when I'm in their front yard. Oh, that was a good smallie. So sometimes it takes a little while to figure it out. A couple other times I've been to this pond, I've been in deep water catching fish, and I've been on ledges where the shallow water transitions into the deeper water. So I had that in my mind. Even though I caught that one off the boat ramp, I went out to where those ledges were and the deeper water was. And so I caught that first fish, the smallie, on the boat ramp. That second fish I caught was off of a rock. And the third fish I caught was off of a dock. And the fourth fish, that smallie, they just got away because I was playing with him too long. he spit my hook out. He was off of a raft. I ran my spinnerbait by a raft. So that should tell me that they're up shallow, they're on docks, they're on rafts, they're on rocks, they'll be under the bushes. So I'm going to change my game plan. And during the time I wasn't catching any, I used multiple baits. I used a crankbait, I used a swim bait, I used 2 different swim baits actually, and 2 different crankbaits actually. And I used a chatterbait, a spinnerbait, and a whopper plopper. So during that time I used all those different baits, and as I often do, came back to my spinnerbait in a different location, and I just hit those guys on this. So let's see if we're figuring something out here tonight. Alright, so I'm coming up on another dock again. There's a dock and there's a raft. There's a dock coming off of the land, and then there's a raft floating out maybe 50 feet out in the water. So I'm going to run my spinner by both sides of the raft, and I'm going to throw in between the dock and the raft, and then I'm going to throw at the dock and see if we can get a fish here. Alright, so there was a little smallie right on that raft. Brought it by the outside of the raft that I'm about to crash into now. So I brought my spinner right by the outside of the raft. There he was, right on the corner. Bashed it. These smallies are brutal. Oh yeah, that's a decent fish. Alright, I just passed that raft of that dock, and there was a tree line, and I just got him right off the tree line. I got another raft coming up out in the water, so we hit 2 on rafts already. Let's see if we can make it a hat trick. Another good smallie. A lot of smallies tonight. Wow, he jumped 2 feet out of the water. That was awesome. So it would be much easier from an instructional standpoint if I did most of my fishing during the day, so I could show you when I'm trying to tell you what I'm doing. Right now I'm in an area here where I'll be real surprised if we don't catch a fish, because I have a dock coming off the land. I have a raft out in the water sitting out from that. I have a sailboat moored about 30 feet out in the water. Then on one side of the dock is overhanging blueberry bushes, and on the other side of the dock there's some boulders on the shore. So that's an awful lot of cover and concealment and structure for some bass to tuck himself up in, waiting to ambush something. So I'm going to hit this area probably with a good dozen casts, and I'll be surprised if we don't hit something here. Sailboat. Just a little one. He was on the sailboat. Nice little largemouth there. That there is a football. That's a nice smallie right there. That's what we call a football. Short and fat. Like me. Good fish. Hey folks, I hope you enjoyed that short video on fishing structure at night with spinnerbaits and chatterbaits. You know, if you can hit those targets at the night, a lot of times you're going to find those bass, and a lot of times you're going to find some big bass. So I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, stay fishing, my friends.